There's a massive protest happening this weekend all across America, and millions of people are taken to the streets in every single state. But here's what they're not telling you about who's really behind this. And a powerful senator just went public with proof about the money trail, and it leads exactly to where you would expect. We're talking billions of dollars from one of the most influential figures in progressive politics, and over 200 organizations coordinating together but pretending that they're not connected. And what happens next will change everything, because there's new legislation that would let law enforcement go after the funders themselves, and not just the protesters, the people writing the checks. And this weekend, it could get ugly. And the question every single American should be asking is simple. Who is benefiting from when our cities are burning? And drop a comment with your thoughts on who's really organizing these rallies. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And folks, we're a growing channel, so every like, comment, and share and sub helps us grow. We're going to get right into it. It's a clip from Senator Ted Cruz on Fox News talking about the protest. Take a look.
Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money. And you look at this No Kings rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country. And Soros is writing the check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO. Why is that? Because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in L.A. and other cities, and these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money. And I'll tell you, there are more than 200 left-wing groups behind these No Kings rallies this weekend. They deliberately are blind to what each of the others are doing. That's part of how they avoid accountability. RICO is designed for precisely that sort of criminal enterprise. And so I believe the Senate, we ought to take up and vote on and pass our Stop Funders legislation. And I've urged both Pam Bondi at DOJ and Kash Patel at FBI, follow the money and prosecute those who are writing checks funding acts of violence, political violence or otherwise, across the country.
I hope so bad that they get that guy. George Soros has done so much harm to this country. Anyways, we're going to get back to it. So in that interview, Cruz did not mince words. He said, follow the money. And his new Stop Funders Act would amend RICO laws to treat rioting as organized crime, letting the Department of Justice seize assets and charge funders. He claims over 200 left-wing groups are involved in funding what he calls nefarious demonstrations. And Cruz says billionaire George Soros' network is using NGOs like Indivisible